All right, so let's quickly talk about how to hide and show different UI elements, which is probably one of the most common things that you'll be doing in Swift or in Xcode. So we have our program here, it's the same one that we've been using, and what I want to do is instead of this changing the label, I'm going to actually hide and show the label. So this is really common, like let's say for example in your rock, paper, scissors game, you want to show or hide some text on the screen that says whether you won or lost or tied. And what we would use is the alpha property. Basically, every UI element, so labels, text fields, whatever, have different alpha properties which make them transparent or visible. That's the simplest way to hide and show a UI element. There are like what I would say better ways, but they're a little bit more complicated, and that would require you to like unload and reload elements. So let's mess with this. So I'm just going to comment out this line. We're going to say if the switch is on, take the label outlet dot alpha and set that equal to, and let's just check how the alpha property works. If I click on it, alpha is what's called a CG float, which really means like computer graphics float. That just means a number between 0.0 and 1.0. So let's say alpha is equal to 0.0. So whenever it's on, it'll be 0.0. And we'll say whenever it's off, the label outlet alpha will be equal to 1.0. So you can think of 1.0 as 100% opacity and 0.0 as 0% opacity. 5 or 0.5 is 50%, right? So it's just a percentage. Let's hit play. And as I hit this, you notice it turns it on and off. Works beautifully. So that's the simple way to show and hide UI elements. Just use their alpha properties and modify those. This is the same way that we would change things colors, that we would modify their positions. Just grab their properties using dot syntax and set them to different values.